an update on that breaking news we told you about at the top of the newscast involving Aurora movie theater shooting suspect James Holmes. His defense team says Holmes is, quote, in a condition that renders him unable to appear in court for a hearing scheduled for tomorrow. 7 News reporter Marshall Zelinger is getting answers right now.
Marshall, you just stepped out of an emergency hearing about that breaking news.
Yeah, Mike and Ann, we've actually learned more in the moments after the hearing than we learned inside the courtroom here in the 13-minute hearing that took place. Sources confirming with 7 News that those familiar with the hearing say that James Holmes purposefully hit his head on the floor and the wall of his cell in the last few days. Those sources tell us that he has no serious injuries and no obvious physical issues, and that the concern is over his demeanor and not his health. Now, about an hour ago, both prosecutors and the defense attorneys for Holmes appeared for an emergency hearing here at the courthouse. That happened at 4:15. The reason for this is because tomorrow there was supposed to be a hearing that Holmes was going to be present. But as Ann said, there was an emergency motion where the defense said Mr. Holmes is in a condition that renders him unable to be present in court for tomorrow's hearing. Well, the prosecution wanted to know more about this condition. When prompted by the judge, the defense attorney, Tamara Brady, said it's not as simple as a migraine and not as simple as will be resolved in the morning. That's about as detailed as the condition was discussed in court. The judge granting the motion to continue tomorrow's hearing. There won't be a hearing tomorrow here in the theater shooting. But again, the prosecution wanted to know why and still have the hearing tomorrow. They told the judge that they did a straw poll of about 20 victims of the shooting, and 19 of them were against continuing tomorrow's hearing. One had no problem with it. And again, tomorrow's hearing was supposed to be about all of the open records requests with the University of Colorado. 7 News has requested some documents from CU, and so far the judge has told CU to wait on that. We were going to find out tomorrow if the judge was going to get out of the way and allow CU to go through the normal open records process and thus release records to 7 News. But again, James Holmes back in custody in jail after sources tell us that he had purposefully hit his head on the floor and on the wall. It required some medical treatment, but as we are told, he's back in the jail and possibly could have been in court tomorrow. Reporting live, Marshall Zelinger, 7 News.